Tyler Lee, red and black, home of the state championship plaque. But in 05 will still be holding, so I know we just had to bring it back. Something about Tyler, cause them boys straight jack. Division 1-5A wasn't ready for the 04 sack attack. Boy, you should've stopped when they told you turn your head and call, but instead you played us and took a loss. I tried to tell them we were the Lone Star boss. I mean, why else would they take a delay a game on the coin toss? So quit delaying the game, boy, we've had enough. Matter of fact, either make the call or just hang up, cause you just ain't tough enough. Go ahead and call a bluff and see if we can't beat you in blindfolds and handcuffs. Why you standing there looking amazed with no clue? Y'all need to find another sport our drill team can take you. I guess that's just how the Red Raiders will do. Y'all can have your whole school on the field and we'll still run through. You better play ace of base and see the sign. You're running for your life if you ever get caught behind enemy lines. Might as well take a knee and start praying. That's why all year the Red Raiders been saying, how you feeling, Red? You know. Texas State champ, oh show. Stop Tyler Lee, oh no. If you wanna come get it, let's go. How you feeling, Red? You know. Texas State champ, oh show. Stop Tyler Lee, oh no. If you wanna come get it, let's go. If you ain't winning, go ahead and close your lips. Got a whole team of captains, we just took over the ship. They falling down and blaming it on the slip, cause they know we deal like most shots in a 6-foot clip. Yup, better watch those running backs, they love to climb. The only thing our receivers dropping, other team morale. Try to cross that line and get put in the grind, and we'll do option QBs, what you gon' do now? Meet the linebackers D-line if you want some. Try to hit for the end zone if you want your body numbed. It's like meeting Roy Williams coming across the middle, son. Cause our corners and safety make sure your career is done. Check out our pep rallies, boy, I mean man. With 3 times as many fans and 1 hell rocking band. Cheerleaders on handstands, come brutally gentlemen. And I promise, we got the best moms in the land. Come take a seat in the stands and watch us Rick taking out teams from here to Waco, back up to the Metroplex. Spring West of the flex and got put to rest. By the time we left the Alamo Dome, it was who's next. How you feeling, Red? You know. Texas State champ, oh show. Stop Tyler Lee, oh no. If you wanna come get it, let's go. How you feeling, Red? You know. Texas State champ, oh show. Stop Tyler Lee, oh no. If you wanna come get it, let's go.
It's tough.
Yeah, no, I know. It's
the commenting is tough, especially when you can get in the groove. It is week 8. Shitter get off the pot time. I mean, that's already passed last week.
Yeah.
Kind of. There's a lot of 2 and 5 teams. A lot of. I mean, if you're 1 and 6, you're.
You can pretty much pack it in if you're 1 and 6.
Yeah, I mean, you probably need to look to make a trade. Is what I think. I mean, if you ain't trading, you're not trying. Really, 1 and 6. I've bounced back and nearly made the playoffs from 1 and 6 before.
I actually
close.
I started off 0 and 6 in the league last year and made the playoffs.
That's pretty good.
I won 7 straight.
That's nice.
It was quite squirrely.
It was Golden Tate.
It was Golden Tate. He cost me the first 6. I just kept rolling him out there.
So this week, the big news that, I mean, of course, is a couple of receivers and some coaches and some BS, and it's Martavis Bryant. And I told everybody not to draft him, by the way, on this show.
That was my shit show.
Oh, okay.
Martavis Bryant. But no, that's cool. Let's talk about it.
Well, I mean, Tomlin comes out. I guess he said something, I mean, a couple of weeks about not getting the ball, and Ben is just like not throwing to him, which is like you have Antonio Brown and you have Le'Veon Bell, then why would you
throw to Marty B? I mean,
it's just like, and
especially since he wasn't there last year.
Apparently he's got problems, like mental problems. Remember when Brandon Marshall had some problems? I think it's one of those deals.
Dude, he needs to hit up B. Marsh and be like, how'd you get out of that, man? Because
dude, B. Marsh does some like public speaking and
he does
some motivational stuff. He needs to go to one of those.
He's bipolar.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So Halloween is around the corner, and we have a shitload of candy. And I just want to talk about that because I'm probably going to eat some candy throughout the show. Last week I went to Chicago, and hence the shirt.
Dude, I saw that on Facebook.
I met Mike Ditka.
That's what I was going to say. Dude, that's pretty
And I was like, dude, coach, I've got this fantasy football show that I'm doing, and I wanted to mention you. Is that all right? And he was like, I mean, I'm a franchise, and I need the word to get out. And you've got like 200-something followers. You gotta You gotta get the word out. Come eat at my restaurant, type deal. So that's what you need to do if you're ever in Chicago.
Oh, we did Ditka's.
The other one I have is Terrell Pryor is another big thing in the news. And what do you think?
I mean, they're going hot hand method. How do you go hot hand at receiver?
Dude, there's a lot of people that dropped him this week. I bet he puts up a 30 burger on Dallas.
So here's the thing. I picked him up in a couple leagues that I'm in because he was dropped. And don't get me wrong, I know he's done absolutely nothing, but he's got a pretty decent quarterback, and I think he's good.
They haven't thrown to any receivers, so it's not like
Jamison Crowder's
it's not like somebody's outperforming him.
Yeah.
I mean, they just found Jordan Reed on the football field last week.
Dude, he went off.
He did. I traded him.
Yeah, hey, might as well.
Because, he's going to get hurt in a couple of weeks.
If you can get value out of a tight end, do it right now.
Yeah, I really did. I had Cameron Brate and Jordan Reed at the same time. And I wanted to save my kicker in the 8-team league. I've got to talk about that a little bit.
You felt like Greg the Leg?
Greg the Leg. So I'm thinking about changing my team name
to Greg the Leg.
Greg the Leg. Over the Zerline. That was it. The Big Lebowski. But so in an 8-team league, everybody's got studs. And I'm just trying a new strategy where it's like, I mean, my kicker's putting up... I hate kickers, of course. We all know that.
And tight ends.
But my kicker's putting up like 20 a week, and he's on bye. And I would definitely advise against this in every other format other than 18. But if it gives you an edge in 18, because everybody's going to put up 100-something points. You just got to...
An 18 league is the only place where I want an elite tight end and an elite kicker. That's it. I mean...
Yeah, and that's the only edge you get because everybody else it's just like an even playing field.
It's an all-star game.
Yeah. So on the injury front, man, it's been kind of quiet, but my question is Golden Tate coming back this week?
Okay, so GT has practiced. He practiced limited yesterday and limited today. And it's actually trending like he's going to play.
That's awesome.
And it's really going to come down to, they might have to put his shoulder in the harness. And I'm so nerdy. I mean, I read today for 15 minutes about shoulder harnesses and would Golden Tate play. But there's been other receivers that have done it. So it's going to be about pain tolerance. And
didn't Moncrief do that for a little while?
Moncrief did it. And it's going to be about how high he can raise his arms. But he runs all the short routes, so I think if he plays, he'll be okay. I mean, I don't think they're bringing him back to decoy. But
I was kind of hoping that Kenny Galladay would be playing, and
he's out.
Yeah, I know, and I thought that was going to be my sneaky play of the week.
I've got a lot of receivers on bye, and I was trying to pick him up this week, and I actually did pick him up, and now he's out. Mm-hmm. Danny Amendola was for the Patriots was limited again today with the knee, but it's kind of trending like he's going to play.
Yeah, he said he's going to play, right?
That's what he said. Stephon Diggs has practiced 2 days in a row with the groin injury, and it's looking like he's going to play. So that's good. Melvin Gordon was limited again today. It's a foot injury, but he is looking like he's going to be good to go. DeAndre Hopkins, and the only reason I mention this is not.
This is freaking news. This is news, guys.
This is news.
Yes, this is good.
I wrote him down here. DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, he did not practice the last 2 days because he took personal days because of his.
Delicious, by the way.
Because of his coach's comments, and I think he's going to play unless the owner gets.
They all nearly walked out of practice.
They almost didn't practice. I mean, like they literally did, almost the whole team was like. And what was the exact thing that
it was like the inmates run the prison.
Inmates run the asylum. And
it was a prison
or whatever.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. Mm-hmm. And so they got mad. But bottom line is go do your job.
Yeah.
So Carson Palmer hit IR this week, broke arm.
Dude, so the best thing that can happen to Larry Fitz is Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert, I agree.
They have him.
I agree.
They have him.
They don't need Stanton in there.
They throw Stanton in there, and it's going to be a mess. It's going to be messier than it was.
It's kind of
They
messy.
already know it's a mess.
It's messy. And let me say this. With that injury, the fact that Carson's out, their record, I don't think we see DJ this year. Okay, Emmanuel Sanders.
I dropped him this week.
Yeah. For Denver, it looks like Emmanuel Sanders is going to be out this week. So, Benny Fowler, the second, or is it the third? I can't remember. He might be a sneaky play. We talked about Detroit with Tate and Galladay. New Orleans, Mike Thomas. Man, has this not been the sketchiest injury thing ever? It's like he didn't have an injury, and then all of a sudden he pops up on the injury report for no reason, and then
he disappeared.
And then they're like, he's okay, he's not okay, he's practicing. I mean,
it's shady. It's so shady.
It's
and you traded for him this week in that one league, and I was like, that could have been the career dump of the year for Brock.
It could have been, but I'm trying to win the league.
Yeah, I mean, no, it was a good trade, but yeah, he's going to be fine.
Then Willie Snead practiced in full today.
Big play. I want to see that guy do something.
Big play, Willie Snead. I think when he gets in the lineup, I think it's going to hurt Titty Gin.
Yeah.
Okay, so Josh Norman over in Washington was a limited. I know he's not an offensive player.
Dude, I honestly think that it's like a showdown thing where they're like you don't want to face Dez without some kind of something on him.
He was limited today, so he's tracking like he might play.
No, I mean, even if he plays,
that's
what I'm saying is he wants an ash pick next to it. If he gets burned all day.
I just, if Dez burns him, I want him to post a buck-toothed snail.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I love that commercial.
I do, too.
Jameis Winston, another shoulder injury for Tampa Bay. He's going to be good to go. He's playing. So LaShawn McCoy did not practice. And this is kind of a theme. LaShawn McCoy didn't practice. Frank Gore didn't practice. Guys, I think this is just a veteran rest day.
Frank Gore had to take his dengue and...
Yeah, I mean, these guys are getting a little older, and especially in the running back position, they're going to give them days off, so don't worry about LaShawn. Charles Clay is going to be out again this week for Buffalo. Like I said, Gore did not practice. And, Andrew Luck's been doing some limited practices. He did not practice. I'm also going to say we're probably not going to see Andrew this year. Atlanta,
why would you?
Yeah, I mean, they're garbage. Atlanta, Tevin Coleman was a limited participant in practice, but it's looking like he's probably going to go. But I wouldn't expect his same workload this week. And it's kind of been trending that way. I mean, Tevin Coleman for the first half of the season was looking pretty good. They've kind of tapered that off a little bit. Matthew Forte for the New York Football Jets was limited in practicing today. This is an old man practice. I mean, I think he's fine. I haven't heard anything. For Carolina, Luke Kuechly, full participant in practice with a concussion. So as long as I believe he's cleared protocol.
Yeah, you can't fully participate without.
And he's going to play, I think, this week, which is really. I was considering starting some running backs against them without Kuechly, but with him playing, I'm not so much. Dallas, Dan Bailey out.
Yeah.
Hurt his groin, kicker. I mean, is a kicker.
What are we doing? We're not going to let Heath kick him again, are we?
They signed Nugent.
Okay.
They signed Nugent. So Nugent's going to be kicking for the Cowboys this week. He's the ex-Bengal.
Yeah.
He ex-Bengal.
He wasn't terrible, though. I mean,
No, he
kickers
wasn't
are just like a dime a dozen. They just kind of cut them.
Yeah, it's bad, but Dan Bailey's got 2 jobs: make field goals and stay healthy. And I mean, he's 50%, so that's not very good. But that's basically the injury rundown. A couple of the things that I'd look at: Golden Tate. I definitely
It's a Sunday night game too, so
yeah, it's gonna be horrible. You're probably gonna have to start somebody over him.
I mean, unless they come out real early. Well, I mean, they're probably not gonna, because you know how they do. They announce those inactives at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably going to have to start somebody over Golden Tate. Hopefully, you've made arrangements there. That's not.
Which, Steve, I sent you a pretty good trade since you don't have Golden. Well, I don't know if you have Golden Tate in that league, but yeah, it helps you out if you do.
Yeah.
But
so that's basically the injury rundown this week.
Let's see then. Let's see what we're going to talk about in the show. We're going to talk about the shit show like we always do. If you ain't trading, you ain't trying.
That's true.
Start them, sit them. We're going to do a lot of different stuff today.
Yeah.
Don't buy it. It's bullshit. That's a new little segment that I'm going to do. We're going to do. The shit, Sammy, there's a theme with everything we do. Because we'd like to call it the shit showdown, but you can't put that on the internet anywhere.
No.
And I think you can get away with saying shit as many times as you want.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't want to be an American if I can't say shit.
And if your kids are up past 9 watching a fantasy football thing, then your parenting level maybe 10, 15. Wide receiver, cornerback matchups.
I like that.
I spent all day on that today. I was really into it.
I read that whole deal. I like it.
I mean, I had like 3 meetings and I worked. I did work today on a Friday, but I grinded that out. And then we're going to have a Q&A where we're going to actually look at this and respond to you people. Like, we appreciate your presence.
We don't answer tight end questions or kicker questions. So, Lee, I mean, sorry. Bro.
No, bring the tight end questions. I've got it this week. I do. Because J.A.R.V.I.S is facing like the 3rd best tight end defense, and he's the only one that matters. So all your questions need to be J.A.R.V.I.S.
I started to say that I thought Jack Doyle would outscore Ertz this week as my bold prediction.
I mean, it could be.
I don't know.
I mean, that's pretty bold.
That's pretty bold.
And then we're going to do just a semi-week Week 8 preview. We're not going to go as in-depth. We're going to look at a few things. And then our bold predictions, and we'll wrap things up. But for the shit show, man, I didn't really look at anything. I just kind of pulled up scores from last week. Did you know that there were, if it carried over into last night, there would have been 4 skunks, complete skunks.
It doesn't happen in the NFL.
Oh, I know.
It doesn't happen.
Rams 33-0 over Arizona. Jacksonville 27-0 over Indianapolis. The Chargers 21-0 over Denver. That is shit shows.
Oh,
and God, Trevor Seaman, he was just Simeon.
I saw that. You wrote that on Facebook, Trevor Seaman.
Oh, man.
It was great.
Adult show. Yeah, he was awful. My God. It's like, I don't know. D. Thomas is killing me.
Yeah, I traded away D. Thomas.
Yeah, but, he's really good.
He's a great receiver.
They just need to figure out that Trevor Simeon is a practice squad kind of guy.
I like the practice squad. Like Marty B. Because that's my shit show.
Yeah.
Martavius Bryant. I mean, okay, so let's just do the rundown of his career. Okay, so he comes in, he does pretty legit. I mean, he's pretty good. And then he gets hanging out with Lev Bell.
And LeGarrette Blount.
And this guy starts smoking that Dozier. I mean, so he likes the killer. It's fine. Yeah. I mean, it's good. But he gets suspended. And not just...
Which is kind of dumb, by the seriously, they need to... If anything, they need to just... Whatever on that. That's not going to... I mean, it's not going to enhance your performance.
No, it's not.
It's going to inhibit it.
But... So he gets suspended, and not for a little while, like for a year. So the guy gets suspended for a year. He comes back, and okay, so Big Ben's maybe not playing as good as he was a couple years ago, but he's still playing okay. And the guy is like, "Give me the dang ball," and it's like, dude. I mean, do you realize how far down you are? I mean, like Juju's outplaying you right now. I mean, Juju's outplaying him. You got Lev Bell, you got Antonio Brown. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So then he goes, I want to be traded. And then his coach comes out and says, I'm going to rain down my judgment upon him.
I love Tomlin.
I love him too.
I love him. He
said,
he's like, we're talking about.
And it's not on my damn priority list.
It's not. We're not talking about next week's game.
And then the next morning, I wake up and I'm in my. I do a couple things first thing in the morning. We're not going to get into that, but it's kind of a shit show, literally. And so I'm in my, and I see that Marty B is on the practice squad,
Dude.
And that's his punishment. I think that's great. Shut up, play the game. That's my shit show. Martavius Bryant is a shit show.
I think he's still playing in the game, but I mean, I hope that he keeps him on the practice squad, but.
That would be...
It would be hilarious, but so everybody's going nuts over Juju now, and I like Juju too, but I mean...
He's still good.
I think he had a concussion.
Yeah.
1. And then 2, he hasn't he's had a couple of touchdowns, but it's still Antonio Brown. He's going to do as good as Eli Rogers did. Don't forget about Eli Rogers.
Yeah.
And Eli Rogers is still there too.
I think that's fair.
I mean, he's not going to just... Eli Rogers was there, the same player as Juju. He's there forever, and
yeah,
No,
I agree with you. There's not a lot of targets to go around over there.
I mean, used to, when it was like Emmanuel Sanders and Mike Wallace, it was a different story.
Oh yeah,
it's like you find both of them, but
Big Ben likes shorter wide receivers. You notice that?
Yeah,
he threw to Mike Wallace. Antonio Brown ain't a big guy.
Yeah,
anyway.
But yeah, so. That's a good shit show.
That's fine.
If you ain't trading, you ain't trying. So at this point, like I said, if you've got a 2 and 5, I mean even 3 and 4, you need to at least make sure that your lineup is going to be good moving forward because you're not leading the pack at 3 and 4.
Oh no.
If you even it up, you're doing good. You'll be fine. But what you're looking for. In a keeper league, really, is at this point, I mean, you're not fire selling, but you're looking for next year value if you're 2 and 5.
Oh yeah,
1 and 6,
especially in a keeper league. I mean, you got to.
And you're looking at everybody's team needs, and what I think you really need to do, which Candace did, which is great, is you need to talk to your commissioner. Whoever you're trying to make a deal with, get their phone number.
Is that who gave her my phone number?
No, she had it last year when you were trying to split pot.
I'm just messing.
But no,
she didn't, and I'll whoop that ass.
Well, she's trying to make a deal with Brock, and I mean, I text everybody before,
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, get your people's number. I mean, I'm fortunate. I'm commissioner in most of my leagues, so I have everybody's number.
Yeah.
But.
Talk to them.
In the RT Sports League, I mean, I can't get anybody's number. There's 48 teams.
Here's the thing that you don't do when you got their number. And I'm not saying this helped or hurt Candace's deal with me. But what you don't do is send a trade and then go, I got to know right now.
Yeah.
It's off the table.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, no. Every time. Like when you do that, I don't care what's happening. I'm going to say no.
I know. I think Zach did that to me.
He did do that to you this year. I didn't know right now. I didn't know for waivers.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. No. I mean, but it does. Like if you're getting any kind of pressure to do it, then the odds are you're going to back out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, not really pressure, but I mean, you gotta make a valid point on what you're trying to get accomplished and how it's going to help their team. Because it's going to help yours. If you're offering the trade, it's going to help yours. But you have to have a supporting argument for why it's going to help their team. And a lot of times, some people take it as, well, why are you giving me these players if it's going to be so good for me? Well, maybe it's like a receiver, like a 2-for-1 is a prime example. If you don't have, if you have 3 players on your roster that are the only people getting you points every week, you need 4. You
need 4.
So, I mean,
and Candace did a good thing. She sent me a text and said, "Hey, you need a quarterback. I've got Alex Smith."
Yeah, you have Tyrod in that league.
I have Tyrod and Derek Carr.
Oh, you have Derek Carr?
Yeah, I got Derek Carr. But I sat Derek Carr for Tyrod last week because who would have thought Derek Carr would go for that FI? But he did. And but she saw the need on my team. I do need a quarterback. Derek Carr, I do not trust him. Tyrod Taylor, I mean, do I need to say I don't trust him? But anyway, she identified that and tried to send me Carlos Hyde and Alex Smith for Kareem Hunt, which, I didn't take, but she did the right thing. That's how you make a trade. You look at their team, you go, what do they need? What do I got? Okay, I've got an abundance at wide receiver. Okay, let's try to get this from him because he's got an abundance there and get a player. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, and I mean, it's that time. You got to make those moves.
You got to make a move. I made a move this week. I traded.
You did. It was a solid move, and Steve and I debated it for a while, and
he didn't like it, did he?
Well, I mean, both of us were kind of like, well, I mean, the big seller in a keeper league is the value, and when you can keep, I mean, if Doug Martin keeps on playing like he's playing, then
Doug Martin,
and then D. Thomas is a great player. So say they get rid of Trevor Siemian, and they get somebody else. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna wish I'd have kept him.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like. It's just your.
But Doug Martin.
It's your perceived next year deal. It's like if you believe in him, and I believe in Doug Martin, and basically in a keeper league, a lot of times it's got to be like, and we see it all the time in our league. It's like, I mean, it's got to be Rob Gronkowski. What was Fubu's at one time, or what was the most recent Fubu one?
Fubu was trading a sack of dog turds for Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh yeah.
It was a sack of dog turds. It was like 2 kickers and a tight end for Ezekiel Elliott, and it was better than that. But yeah. I mean, it didn't make sense because the guy needed a tight end. He was trading him Martellus Bennett. It was really a shit Sammy, and I vetoed it.
Yeah, Marty B. That was the deal.
But I got told by one person this week that trade I made was garbage.
Who was it?
I'm not going to call them out.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's just that's how it is in a keeper league, and really, I mean, it's got to be pretty trashy to veto. So start them, sit them.
Start them, sit them.
Running backs. Now I'm kind of debating this too because I was big on it when I wrote it, but Joe Mixon playing Indy. I know you're big on it.
I'm huge on it.
But dude, I'm starting to be like, it's not like a lock. Like it's not something you're gonna put in a cash game and DFS. Like
no, I won't play it
because they can't. I mean, and the thing is Joe Mixon came out this week and was like, "Get me the ball," type deal. I mean,
he's getting the ball. He's getting the ball this week.
Yeah, but Marvin is the type person that'll be like, "Kid, we took a big chance on you because you're a screw up, and you're lucky to be here. You get 3 carries, and go get me a Gatorade."
Here's what dude. He might knock over some Gatorade and go clean it up. Yeah. But the thing is they really got nobody else. I mean, I think
they don't, but they don't act like it.
No, I mean, they still giving Jeremy Hill 7-8 carries. It's like...
That's the most frustrating thing I've ever seen.
God, just give those to Mixon. So he gets 22 instead of 14, and he is
and maybe you get a little bit of pressure off of your quarterback to get sacked every time he sets
Every time. It's every time, or he throws a bomb to A.J. Green once a game, and then A.J.'s like, I got 3 balls for 72 yards.
Berserk this week.
I think so, too. What happened to Fonte? Anyway, go ahead.
I have no idea why I have this appeal, I'm feeling this, but I feel like if you're kind of debating over Amir Abdullah, who hadn't done diddly squat in a few weeks, I think you could roll him out in flex.
I got a trade offer with Amir Abdullah this week, and I considered it because I think he's going to go
Yeah, it's going to be a good week versus Pittsburgh. I mean, they can't stop the run very well.
They can't.
What about one of yours? I went 2 there.
Okay, so I'm kind of like Leggy Blunt this week.
Dude, I like Leggy Blunt.
I like Leggy
the
Blunt.
worst run defense in the league.
I like Leggy Blunt. And, I'm probably going to roll him out there as a low-end running back, too, this week. Which he's, at best, a flex option, normally. At best.
Oh, at best. I had to roll him out on a bye week, and it was... he got me like 8, and I was pleased.
I like Leg Blunt. And then this is one you don't like, and I have a hunch because I totally understand where you're at on it. But I'm going to roll Dion Lewis out there this week.
Yeah, I don't have a sit on him, but
it's hard to roll out a running back.
I like James White a lot better than I do Dion Lewis.
Dude, James White, all he does is score 10 a week.
I like him a lot better.
Yeah, I just think Dion Lewis is going to get the.
You know what's going to happen?
Gillis is going to go Gillis. He's going to go for 30.
Because Belichick is that good.
But I kind of like Dion.
Belichick is like, what is everybody thinking we're going to do? We're not doing that.
No, we're not doing that.
Which makes him a ridiculous coach. Let me see. I've got, and this is sketchy, I got Rob Kelly.
You got Fat Rob out there. He's actually in my sits.
He's in your set?
He's in my sets.
I don't know what the practice reports have said, but...
Oh, he's full participant.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good to go.
Dallas can't stop the run very well, but...
Dallas can't really do much defensively. But...
No, but, we're going to win.
I think so, too. My deal is... Wait a second. Take a breath. I like Dak Prescott a lot. I like Dez Bryant a lot. Mm-hmm. I like Jason Witten a lot. And I like Ezekiel Elliott a lot. I think the Dallas Cowboy offense absolutely pillages Washington's face.
Gosh. It's going to be...
So I'm hoping they have to pass, and I'm hoping Terrell Pryor pulls his head out of his rear and catches some balls this week.
It might happen.
I think it's going to be the week where he goes 30. That's not my bold prediction, but...
If they give him some carries, and I can't believe I'm saying this because like I said in the beginning of the year, he doesn't know what he's doing at all yet. But Wendell Smallwood.
Yeah. I could see Wendell Smallwood.
I could see Corey Clement, Wendell Smallwood, and Leggy Blunt all getting like 10 each.
Dude, I can see Philadelphia getting beat this week.
From Cisco, is that a bold prediction?
It's a bold prediction.
That is the biggest upset that it would ever be.
Dude,
with that trashy quarterback guy they have.
But Philadelphia's 6-1. Hadn't really played anybody.
Dude, I got into this debate with Lee Trammell, and we'll bring it up again, Lee. But in my opinion...
About Philadelphia,
in my opinion, that's the best football team in the NFL.
Hey, we're going to find out. We're going to find out this week. It's not because San Francisco's good, but San Francisco has not lost by a lot of points. They've hung in every game.
Right.
Except for the Cowboys. The Cowboys handle that.
Yeah.
But
they have the quarterback.
Wentz is good.
They have the O-line, which is incredible.
Top 5 O-line.
They have a D-line, which is incredible. Secondary, it's okay. Yeah. It's not great. And then
tight end, they got a top 3 tight end.
They have I think he's the best tight end. I know he's the best tight end in the league right now.
He is the best tight end in the league.
Yes. And then
which makes him
they can't run the ball. So that's their downfall. If they could run it a little bit,
they just need a back that knows what he's doing, like you said. Like Leggy Blunt, he just doesn't get enough carries to go.
Dude.
But I'm thinking he does it.
He just can't get the momentum, dude.
And Smallwood's just like...
He doesn't know the play. He's like... Carson Wentz is like, all right. whatever the heck, but we're going right.
He lands
Then
over
he
the spot.
goes, he runs like a counter, and everybody's like,
What?
and then he turns around and he look. I thought it's the famous NFL confused look. Whatever you screw up, whatever you pass interfere, like blatant pass interference, and you turn to the ref like,
What did I do?
oh man,
Like when Sue poked that dude in the eye last night.
dude. God, that was so that hit was brutal for one.
It was brutal.
And then, I mean, I'd have done the same thing as the O-line, especially for Flacco. I mean, he's an old timer. So it's like,
Did you see him? He looked like
he didn't know what day of
he
the
looked
week
like
it
he
was.
got Friday knocked up.
It was
out.
almost reminded me a little bit of when Kirk Cousins, what's his name on NFL Game Day Morning, when Kurt Warner, when he got his career-ending hit.
Oh.
When he threw an interception and he's running. He's gonna what is he gonna try to tackle? One of those linebackers just takes off full speed and lays a block on him. His shoulder pad went into his face mask. I mean, and I was like, well, Kurt Warner's career is over right there.
We're done.
Saw it, and he retired that week. It was awesome. It wasn't awesome, but it was ridiculous. What about Blau Pow?
Dude,
Start him.
Especially Forte's a little limited. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it was a maintenance day, but this guy's old. I think Bilal Powell goes off.
Yeah, and Atlanta isn't the high-powered offense they were last year. We all know that.
Nope.
But they're going to put up points. And, dude, Josh McCown.
He's not inept. He's pretty decent.
No, I mean, if you had to ask me, would you start Andy Dalton or Josh McCown in DFS right now? Because everybody will be on Andy Dalton and A.J. Green for one. But
yeah.
In a tournament, I'm going to throw Josh McCown out there right now because everybody will be on Andy Dalton, and they're like $100 difference.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he's better than Andy Dalton. Well, I mean,
he's not.
But he doesn't have the people.
If he had A.J. Green, he'd be better.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do. I mean, he's got Robbie Anderson and Curse running.
Dude, I've been playing Curse every week.
Dude, Curse has been pretty money.
I mean, last
Catches
week
5 balls.
Well, last week it was 1 for 26 in a tee, and I was like, thank God he at least did that.
Dude.
But
I started Watson this week at tight end.
Oh man, that's career in it. Didn't he get one catch
for 6 in the tee? I was like,
Kyle Rudolph. The sit-em run, or do you have another start?
Okay, so
sorry about that.
So I am gonna start Juju this week.
You have any more running backs?
Oh, I don't have any more running backs.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. You're gonna start Juju?
I'm gonna start Juju this week because I think Marty B. He's supposed to play, but if I know Tomlin at all, he's not going to see much of the field, and Juju's going to be on there a lot. So,
do you remember game 1 when Le'Veon Bell didn't get hardly any carries?
Oh yeah.
You want to know why that is?
Because he pissed off Tomlin.
Because he held out, and Mike Tomlin was mad at him.
Yep.
That's what happens.
And I think Juju, and then the other guy that I really, really like this week is Mohamed Sanu. I like Mohamed Sanu a bunch. I put him on my rankings at the 30th wide receiver spot, but I wanted to throw him in there at about 24, but I couldn't. I didn't have the sack for that.
So let me tell you about some sets on the running back front.
So,
Frank Gore,
Frank the Tank.
You're not starting either one of them.
No, I kind of think Marlon Mack's going to go off
against Cincy.
No, I mean, since he's got a good run defense, but I think Marlon Mack has a better day out of him and Gore.
Yeah. Marlon Mack will have 6 and Gore will have 5.
Yeah. Marlon Mack's in the future over there, though.
I think I'm forced to start him in one of my leagues, Marlon, because I'm starting James White. Yeah, I'm sitting him.
Yeah, it's
Isaiah Crowell, you're sitting every week.
Every week.
Eddie Lacy, you're not even looking at.
No.
Mike Gillisley, you're sitting every week. The hype train right here, though, DeAndre Washington, because Marshawn's out. And, I mean, big up. DeAndre is a tech player, and He's my boy, and I drafted him in nearly
Look
every
good.
league last year.
Did he get in the end zone last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that Buffalo defense is
Stout. It's stout.
On my starts on the receiver front, you're starting both Kelvin Benjamin and Funchess.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's going to be, Brett Grimes looks old.
Yeah.
And McLean, it's just not happening.
What's happening to Tampa Bay? They can't play deep.
Dude, they look so good in Hard Knocks, and then they're just pitiful.
They're
pitiful.
Their offense looks bad, too.
Oh, yeah, they're pitiful. Nelson Aguilar.
Dude, all the guy does is score TDs.
Aguilar?
Oh,
That's who he's going to be matched up with.
Dude, that guy could cover me.
No, San Francisco, just bad.
If you try to jam me at the line, I'd go a little swimmer.
Yeah.
Not really. I'd run my
I'd
five
be
flat.
better at a blocker, man.
I'd run my five flat out
Let's
there.
just be honest.
Get laid out, concussed. Done.
How about Danny Amendola against Desmond King and the Chargers? I like that.
Dude, if Amendola plays, I think you can roll him out there.
They can't not cover the slot.
No. You got
You got any more receivers?
Starters. Those were my two starters, and I tried to go kind of obscure. Obviously, you're starting your big guys.
So here's one that we touched on earlier that in your trade. I'm starting Demaryius Thomas this week.
Oh, I think Demaryius is going to have a good week.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a good week. As do I think Benny Fowler is going to have a good week.
Yeah,
it's a little sleeper, especially in DFS.
I'd be inclined to do it in DFS. There's a lot of people rolling them out in season long for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of buys, like if you had Larry Fitz or something.
On my sit train on the wide receiver, Jordan Matthews will be back this week, but it ain't happening.
Nah, it ain't
TJ Carey's playing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not starting Matthews. I'm not going to start T.Y. Hilton.
No, that's gonna be a horrible matchup for Indy.
I'm not starting T.Y. I'm not starting Pierre Garçon.
You're not starting Pierre Garçon?
I'm not starting Pierre Garçon this week.
And we're talking like let me go back to the lead end of the start set. We're talking like that flex player. You're starting all your studs.
Yeah.
Garçon,
There's
not very many people that have the depth to not start Garçon.
Well, let me say it like this. So I'm starting a lot of people over Pierre Garçon this week.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I'm gonna start Nelson Aguilar over Pierre Garçon this week.
But like I was saying,
Philly's decent. Not that
secondary is not great.
Good. Not that good. I understand, but I think
I get it. That's going to be one we're going to beg to differ on.
I'm out. You know who else I'm not starting? Marvin Jones.
Oh no! You're not starting Marvin Jones. No. I've got him on one. I've got my cornerbacks that I dove into, and he's one of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of Tyler Lockett hype right now because he's back. Jonathan Joseph, that's not going to be good. The people, here's one, and we talked about it a few times, the Terrell Pryor situation. I love Josh Doxson. I drafted him in a lot of leagues. He was one of my big players, but it's going to have to be one of those, you got to show me that y'all are going to throw to the receivers before I'm rolling them out. And people are going insane starting him. And I hope he has a big game, and he has potential to.
I've watched people drop Pryor for Doxson this week.
Yeah, and it could be a ploy to get Pryor to play better by saying he's the number 2.
Oh, it definitely could.
I know we're doing this during the World Series, and people are
just looking at that. Pass ball, scored a run for the Dodgers, 5-3 Houston.
Shut the hell up, Lee and Nick.
What did they say?
They're talking crap about my rolled up Dicka shirt looking like the 00.
Dude,
I've got a big belly here, people. Get off me. I've been eating Halloween candy. I'm working on that winter coat right now. I'm big and bold and proud.
What about some running backs that you aren't starting?
Yeah, I went through a few of them.
I didn't do mine.
Let me hear yours.
I'm not starting Lat Murray. Okay, I realized he went for a hundo last week. I ain't starting Lat Murray.
Yeah.
And my big player, you're probably gonna have to start him. No chance I'm starting C.J. Anderson. I mean, if I have another option,
you don't though. I mean, most everybody doesn't.
C.J. Anderson, if he scores 7, it'll be a miracle.
I know he's a turd sandwich.
I hate his face. There's only like 2 constants in the NFL.
I love this. You told me this earlier.
One of them is that C.J. Anderson is freaking garbage. There's one constant. C.J. Anderson is garbage.
Well, the other one was the other guy. Remember? Wasn't it Jarek?
Jerick McKinnon will disappear. That's the other constant in the NFL. Jerick McKinnon will disappear, and C.J. Anderson is trash. I mean, those are 2 constants in the NFL. But I'll say this, okay? So I'm giving C.J. some grief. But you know that guy, he's averaging 4 a carry. I mean, it hadn't been ugly. They just need to let him run the ball over 20 times a game.
It's just the entire offense.
If you give it to him 20 times a game, he will run for 85 plus.
Right.
He will.
That's the problem, is you've got freaking Booker back, who's doing, I mean, like, why? Why are you not? That's just pitiful coaching.
No, I agree.
That's pitiful coaching.
It's like, why do you give Rex Burkhead carries?
So, let me say this. Other receivers I'm not starting, and this is 2 team receivers, the entire team. Chicago and Cleveland. You're not starting any of them.
No.
You're sitting them.
No.
So,
they got Wheaton this week. Yeah, did they get Wheaton? No, he's not back. He's still hurt.
who? Chicago?
No. And then they got Dontrell Inman.
Let me just say, how many? Let me look this up because I forgot.
Dontrell Inman.
No. Let me look this up. Let me see. It's something abysmal. How do you spell that idiot? That new guy's name, Trubisky.
Oh, he's only thrown 48 passes in 3 weeks, and the last time that happened was like 1947.
Trubisky. All right.
Trubinsky.
Whatever his name is.
Garbage.
So last week, he threw for 107 yards, and I think that he had like 5 completions to like people other than, I mean, that Tariq Cohen was
the defense.
Tariq Cohen was like, that was like a big play. It was like 70-yard catch. So 70 out of 107 was Tariq Cohen. That's horrid.
He's only thrown it 48 times in 3 games.
It's nuts.
Like literally, it's been like the 1940s since any quarterback's done that. Like no shit, 1947, or it's like 43 or 47. It's garbage.
Kelsey is not playing better than Ertz, by the way, Lee.
Kelsey has been rather up and down this year.
He's always up and down. That's his MO.
Well, here's the thing. All you Alex Smith owners, he's fixing to regress back to the mean here in the second half. So just get ready for that. Don't expect. He is performing at an all-time level right now. Like nobody in the history of the NFL has got the completion percentage that he has through this number of games. Guess what's going to happen? He's going to regress. So just get ready.
Oh, man. There's a lot of trolling going on, Lee Trammell.
Dude, I like to troll.
I do, too. And we'll get to the Q&A in a minute so I can make you feel dumb.
What about quarterbacks? Did you do
I didn't do any sit quarterbacks, but I would start. We were talking about Tyrod earlier. I kind of like Tyrod.
I kind of like, yeah, Tyrod. He's been okay. I'm starting. I mean, obviously, if you got him, you probably got him as a quarterback 2, maybe a quarterback 1. Phillip Rivers, I'm just going to start him against Pats.
Dude,
I think he's going to pillage.
Oh yeah.
And then quarterbacks, I'm not going to start. I'm not. If I have other options, but I hate Deshaun Watson this week. Hate him. I am not going to start Matthew Stafford.
If you have another option, but
if you have Deshaun Watson, surely you've got another option.
Yeah, but if you do, then you should have been able to make a deal for that other option.
You probably should have tried to for the Carson.
I mean, like Glenn in one league has Tom Brady and Watson, and he's been trying to deal Tom Brady.
I hope he does.
Which Joe Milburn probably needs to look at that because he lost Rodgers, and I think he's rolling like Brissett or somebody out there. But
he's willing to deal Brady.
Yeah. So
I mean, take a look.
Yeah, DexLab. Everybody needs to look at that. Yeah. So
if I've got a tight end, I'm probably going to sell.
You have an option, so except Zach Ertz, except Travis Kelce,
in all format.
So our next segment is don't buy it, it's bullshit. And for me this week, don't buy it, it's bullshit is Jonathan Stewart. So I mean, it's a great matchup, but
they can't run the ball.
They cannot run the football.
Can't run the ball.
And McCaffrey too. I mean, I don't like you going on.
McCaffrey gets 7 carries for 10 yards every game, and then squirrels out a touchdown.
Yeah. Thielen this week. What you don't need to buy that is bullshit is that Cleveland can't stop the pass because they can't.
They can.
And Body Calhoun is a baller.
So my deal there is if Diggs plays, does he cover Thielen or Diggs?
No, he covers Thielen. He covers the slot more.
So if he covers Thielen, I'm probably going to lean way towards Diggs.
Yeah, no, Diggs is gonna be way better.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, it's not like, I mean, Cleveland isn't just like locked down. But I mean,
no,
they can cover the slot. I brought up Washington earlier, DeAndre. On my hit list, I guess I did put this Deion Lewis, and you were talking about starting, and I'm like, man,
I like it. Here's the thing: when you fumble with Belichick, he's out on you, and Gillisley has fumbled.
Yeah, it's true, but I mean, and then you got 3 other. I mean, it's like
you got Rex, you got James White. I just think that they had Deion Lewis running the goal line carries.
What do you think about Demarcus Robinson? He had his breakout for KC. Are you buying it? No. It's Tyreek, it's Travis Kelce, and it's Kareem Hunt. It's just like Pittsburgh is with their stars.
And Conley was out that game too.
Yeah, I mean, they throw it to like Albert Wilson every now and then.
But Conley's playing again this week. Albert Wilson's healthy. I mean,
he's a wide receiver 4. Just saying.
5?
4, yeah. I mean, like it's not. Don't roll him out in your lineup. Good Lord. Ted Ginn. I mean, like, he got it. He's been getting it done. But
he's been getting it done.
He's going to have a Ted Ginn week here pretty soon where he's going to egg it.
Oh, yeah. He'll drop like a wide open touchdown pass and some stuff.
Yeah.
He'll be good.
And Aaron Shoemaker can tell you all about that because I remember coming down the stretch last year. It was always like a question on, am I rolling Ted Ginn? And I'm like, man, I don't know. It's like I picked him up in one league, and I guarantee I won't ever start him because I don't have the waivers.
And Big Play Willie Snead is supposed to be back this week, and that's going to hurt him. Yeah. It's got to hurt him.
Dude, I mean, Breeze spreads the ball around, and Brandon Coleman, finds the end zone a lot, but it's like, where is Colby Flinger? Don't they?
They hate him.
I know.
He got a touchdown the first 2 weeks, and then he banged Sean Payton's daughter. And then he can't get back in the lineup. I mean, he's out there. He's running routes, but he doesn't get any targets. None.
So
they're paying him a lot of money too.
How about have you seen any shit Sammys lately? Let's talk about shit Sammys.
Dude, I you know what? No.
Shit Samuel.
So I sent a few out this week.
I know you're famous for the feeler. The feeler Sammy.
There's a difference between a shit Sammy and a feeler.
Dude, my feeler today was Devontae Freeman and Devontae Adams for Todd Gurley. I mean, that's 2. Okay, Adams had a bad week last week. But when what's-his-face came in for Rodgers the first time, he caught a touchdown and he had like 50 yards. So, I mean, like, it was just a bad week for the Rook Duck last week.
Gurley is like Davy Crockett.
But, I mean, I'm just saying, like, Devonta Freeman in a top 15 or a number 11 ranked receiver, that's a pretty good opener.
Oh, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. And, you know, when you get a trade, I mean, sometimes it's just a Sammy. But you need to, like, look at their team and see if you like something and send them something back.
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh, dude, or at least decline my shit.
I sent
I had 2 trades that just hung for 2 days, and I just canceled them. I'm just like... And it's in the J.A.R.V.I.S league. It's supposed to be like the league where people are, like...
Oh, dude,
on top of it.
I sent out a bunch of trades. But I got this one. Doug Martin for Jonathan Stewart and Leg Blunt. I mean, I realize that it's 2 running backs for one, but if I took, and I just got finished saying that I think Leggy Blunt has a good week this week, but it's 1 week. I mean, J. Stu had top 35.
He's non-existent.
I mean, it just doesn't matter. And so, no, that's a shit sandwich.
Here's one. The guy offers me Joe Mixon, and it's a keeper league. Okay, it's a keeper league.
Joe Mixon
for Michael Thomas. And I mean, I get it.
He's trying to catch you jerking.
I guess.
He's knee jerking.
My team is not bad in that league, and it's not like I'm desperate for keepers.
No.
I like Joe Mixon as keeper value, but
I do too.
It's not going to win you a championship this year.
How about this one? C.J. Anderson and Adam Thielen for Jack Doyle and Lamar Miller. Is that Sammy? That's Sammy.
That's kind of serious.
I sent that to you today, kind of being funny.
You said
like,
that
should I take it?
Oh yeah. You took the screenshot, and I said no.
No.
I was a little confused.
How about this one? Kareem Hunt.
Oh gosh.
It can't send me this, but Kareem Hunt for Alex Smith and Carlos Hyde.
Well, I mean, I don't personally like any trades that involve a quarterback. For me
really,
I will scrape the bottom of the waiver barrel for a quarterback that gets me 12 a week before I'm like, let's trade position for it.
Do you know what position Kareem Hunt is in the NFL at running back right now?
I think number 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what you can get for the second-ranked running back in the league? And the only reason that he's 2 is because they started giving Bell 36 carries a week.
No, I think Gurley's number 1.
Oh, Gurley's still number 1. Yeah. But I think it's close.
Yeah.
It's all close. All 3 of them are close.
Yeah. How about this one? LaShawn McCoy and Mike Evans, who I owned.
LaShawn McCoy and Mike Evans. So
and I got offered J.A.R.V.I.S and T.Y. Hilton. First of all, I don't want J.A.R.V.I.S on the team so that I have him on accidentally. I don't try to give them to me for my two most consistent best players. Oh my gosh!
I almost made that my shit show was the Dolphins last night.
How about this one? And this is the Lee Trammell from last week after we did Shit Sammy. He sent me this because he's hilarious. He's the biggest troll I've ever seen.
He is a troll.
Lee Trammell offers Mike Gillislee for Kareem Hunt. I mean, obviously, he's just an idiot.
Seems pretty legit.
I mean, it's a good deal. I think I'm going to make it. If he's resend it, I'll make it. So, let's talk about wide receiver cornerback matchups. I've been so excited about this one. I've been on it, man. It's like, I've been kind of slacking on the defense this year, and I love defense, and IDP has helped me learn a little bit, but not enough. Yeah. It's like, I need to be a lot better about that. So I just nosedive into the cornerbacks, and the best matchup, these are good matchups. The best matchup is AJ Green on Vontae Davis, and Vontae Davis is just horrid.
What happened to him?
He used to be good, and then he's not good. He hasn't been good in 3 years.
He's been just steadily hurt.
Yeah. Oh, he's always hurt. And then Keenan Allen against Eric Rowe.
I think Keenan
is going to pillage. I've got him in a lot of DFS. He's my lock.
Philip.
How about Julio versus Mo Claiborne? I mean,
dude, I was listening to fantasy radio today, and they said, I think Mo Claiborne's gonna follow Julio everywhere. And I was like, okay. I mean, all right.
Yeah. I mean,
what does that mean?
Yeah, it means nothing.
Nothing. He's
means
gonna be toast all the game.
We've been missing him so bad. I mean, our secondary hasn't been good in years, but dude, I don't love this, but it's not a terrible matchup. So Will Fuller's got the worst matchup against Seattle. I know you hate Watson, but I think DeAndre Hopkins still gets 10 targets, and he might make something happen.
Yeah.
Against Shaquille Griffin. I'm struggling with their names because it's like I'm really working hard on learning the cornerbacks, and it's tough to just like both sides of it, and I should be better. I mean, we need to know offensive line a lot better. I need to know everybody's name, but anyway.
Dude, I don't know offensive.
And we mentioned Stephon Diggs. He's drawing the weaker corner of Cleveland. Mike Evans is probably the best matchup. I mean, it's going to be. He's one that I'm locking into. Daryl Worley is the cornerback for Carolina.
Dude, isn't he a country singer?
I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean.
And then, so a lot of people are going to go ham on Amari Cooper and DFS. Which, I mean, I'm rolling Amari Cooper out anyway.
Yeah, you have to.
I've been rolling him out every single week since week 1, and just hoping and like being like, man, he's going to get it together. And he finally did. But I think Michael Crabtree has the better matchup. Demaryius Thomas against Terrence Mitchell. I think that if Sanders would have played, then D. Thomas would have seen a lot more Marcus Peters.
Mm-hmm.
But since Sanders isn't playing, it's a good deal.
Peters hadn't looked good this year, though.
No, I mean,
he's like weird.
He's just a little obsessed with himself. Bad matchups. Adam Thielen, talked about that. T.Y., we talked about that. That's terrible. Tyrell Williams, it's not going to be his bounce back. I mean, New England is not good, but it's not going to be good for Tyrell.
No.
Marvin Jones against Joe Hayden. Dude, Joe Hayden has resurrected his career at Pittsburgh.
Dude, his first couple games, he looked a little bit lost, but like...
Yeah, he looks good. I mean, they're like the number 2 pass defense right now.
Yeah, I know.
It's nuts. We talked about DeMarcus Robinson. That's everybody, every Denver secondary person is going to be good. I mean, Tyreek is still going to struggle. He's got Aqib to lead. So Aqib covers the slot.
He falls everywhere.
Yeah,
but Tyreek also moves everywhere, but. Talib's still good. I mean, if he can jam him off the line, it'll be good.
Yeah.
But you know
I mean,
got some over the top help too.
Yeah. So Q&A. So I know there's a bunch of trolling going on, but is there any legitimate questions on here? Because we're taking a pause to like involve everybody. Anybody got a start, sit, anything like that? If not, then we're going to move on, but I've been trying to check, man. I've been trying to check, and everybody just calling me fat and saying ugly things to me, so.
Spray tan is a legit question. What's that mean? Did you get a spray tan job?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's my wife. Okay. Anyway, that's weak sauce. Where are the people with their actual fantasy football related questions?
Lee doesn't know enough about fantasy football to ask a question.
I think not. I mean, I really wanted to drill him, and I couldn't figure out how to do the little split screen thing. And it's on my phone, so. Lee Trammell, you're a trouble and a half. Let's talk about the Week 8 preview. How about that?
I'm in. And if anybody comes with a question, do it. Dude, I'm rocking on your now only or something.
Dude, they're pretty good, huh?
They're so good.
Yeah, I went to a trade show last week, and I mean, they're really good. So let's see here, some favorable matchups. Who do you like the most this week? What game do you like the most? I mean, I'm feeling the Chargers against the Pats. That's going to be. I feel like that's going to be a big one.
It'll be high scoring.
And then I really actually kind of like Atlanta and the Jets. I mean, I feel like that could be a barn burner, actually.
It could be pretty good. I kind of think that Cam Newton bounces back against Tampa Bay this week.
Oh, yeah. If he's going to bounce back, what did he have last week? He had like 6 points, right? Just never know when to start him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of those. He's an Amari Cooper. If you have him, just roll him out every week. Richmond says Houston, Seattle.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know that there's going to be a bunch of points, though. Seattle has been it's just every game has been just a turd Sammy as far as big points scored. It's like Russell Wilson will do some work, and Doug Baldwin had a big week last week.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I think Doug Baldwin's going to be good
going forward
the rest of the way. He loves to blow up at the end of the season, too.
He's a legit wide receiver. They started out a little mad this year, but I think he'll.
But yeah, I mean, I'm big. Like I'm a believer in freaking Deshaun Watson. So I mean, like it could be some points.
Yeah, there could be some points.
I'm being forced to roll out Will Fuller, and it's going to be awful. He's not going to. That's a terrible matchup for him.
Man, Ritzmo's saying that the over and under started at 43 on the Houston-Seattle game. Now it's at 46.5. So, it's the line's moved 3.5 up.
I would probably take the under,
but man, I really, really think that Seattle's going to trick Deshaun Watson. He's going to be absolutely trashy.
You're such a hater on him.
I'm sorry.
You're the biggest Deshaun Watson hater.
If Houston scores 17, it'll be a damn miracle. I'm taking the under.
Obviously. Oh, man. As far as receivers, I think that, yeah, like we're going Stephon Diggs like we talked about, but let's see. Bengals, I think that Tyler Croft is going to be a big sneaky play too.
Dude, I picked him up in a league because I just string tight ends because there's no sense in drafting one.
Yeah.
So,
and you mentioned J.A.R.V.I.S.
I like J.A.R.V.I.S. this week.
As far as since we're going to talk about tight ends, Lee.
But I think Croft's good. He might be good for the rest of the season. I mean, he's going to get some targets.
What about Jimmy Graham? If we're going to stick on Seattle, can you? Let me ask you this: can you trust Jimmy Graham as a tight end? Is he one of the ones that you're trusting? No. He's
a great name.
No.
I mean, you have to roll him out there every week if you drafted him in season long. But I mean,
what's the guy? The Buffalo guy, I think, would be sneaky too. O'Leary, whatever his name is, that could be a sneaky DFS play.
Yeah, no doubt.
And Njoku,
maybe.
God, it's so trashy on the tight end.
Who are these people?
I know it's awful.
Njoku.
If you don't have Bray, Kelsey, Ertz,
ASJ.
or Gronk, then
I think Austin Safarian-Jenkins is.
Oh yeah, Austin Safarian-Jenkins getting it done. Yeah.
I think it's tight end one.
Yeah, O'Leary. Let's see, man. All right, let's talk about our bold predictions.
Ooh. So my first bold prediction is that Joe Mixon's a top 5 back this week.
That's pretty bold.
I know it's bold. He hadn't been in the top 30.
No.
So.
I mean, I feel like here's my deal. I feel like he's going to get 6 carries. That's my bold prediction.
That Mixon gets 6? God, I hope that didn't happen. But
I know a lot of people hope it doesn't, but
my other bold prediction is Deshaun Watson doesn't score over 12.
He's the biggest hater.
You
We need to get a Deshaun Watson face on a shirt with the no smoking thing on
Dude.
it.
Okay, so Deshaun Watson has been absolutely legit.
I know, I believe it.
He's been absolutely legit. But let's not forget a couple things. Number one, Savage beat him out in the preseason. Okay, maybe they were just resting him or something.
They just didn't know about throwing a rookie into the fire,
They just didn't know. And
they didn't know if they were going to Blake Bortles it or...
So he's pretty much went off since he's come in.
Uh-huh.
But, I mean, like, the Seattle D...
Like, that's the thing, too, man. He didn't even play game 1, and he's the number 3.
Dude, the Legion of Boom. But he's threw 5 TD passes 2 straight games.
I know.
The Legion of Boom...
Really good.
You think he throws a TD pass against the Legion of Boom?
Hell yes.
I think he maybe runs one in. I don't think he throws a TD pass. I think he's going to get his face blitzed off.
I bet Lamar Miller has a pretty decent game.
That's who I think is going to play good.
Yeah, because they can't stop the run. They can't run the ball, and they can't stop the run. That's probably the problem in practice, is they don't have anybody legitimate to run against. The practice squad guy is probably better than all 3 of their shit running backs that are fighting for. I mean, Procise is supposed to be coming back this week, and he's fighting for a job that isn't even present.
Who cares about the job?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're competing for a position where you're not getting it done, where you have no blocking. It's just.
And no offense to Deshaun Watson, I am so happy he's playing good. I'm happy for the Houston Texans that he's playing good, but let's just be honest about it. The Legion of Boom's going to shut him down this week.
Lee Trammell says Isaiah Crowell plus or minus 20.
20 points?
Or 20 yards? I mean, I'd take the
Crowell,
even odds on 20 yards.
Crowell actually, I mean, if you look at his numbers this year, he's scoring about 8.5 a game.
You can't even get that out because it's just horrid.
He scored about 8.5 a game. So,
and they're playing the second-ranked running defense. Dude, and another thing. Let me get on this rant real quick. This is going to be a rant city. Why are we flying people to another freaking country to play football when the people in this country aren't even liking it? It's like, you're not pleasing the people here. Why are you going to send it overseas and make me? And I'm going to wake up. Make me wake up. Well, I mean, I'm going to be up anyway. But I mean, make some people that care about it get up earlier than they want to on Saturdays and watch it. And it's like, God, it's going to be Cleveland and Minnesota. It's going to be
8 points scored.
It's going to be a word. And one team, no matter what, who knows which side it's going to be. They don't make it across the pond. They get there and the Miami Dolphins it. You know, like every single week they play there, it's just like
Kenny Britt was like, I hate London. I hate London. Not that Kenny Britt's opinion matters, but
I mean, get your own freaking NFL. You know, quit playing soccer,
dude. You know they're talking about giving them a team. Like an NFL team?
Well, they should give them a whole bunch of teams and keep it over there.
Well, it's the National Football League. You know what nation they're talking about? America.
Yeah, and I did find out, because I was wondering about this, there is another game in Mexico City.
Oh, I know. It's like, hey, can you give them smog poisoning?
I know. Do you remember? It was like fog.
You couldn't even see the field from the blimp.
It was just like, how are they... And it was Oakland that played there last year, and Amari Cooper, it's like he salvaged the game at the very end. And he was doing one of those trashy Amari Cooper games that he wasn't known for at that point.
No, he was good.
I think Mexico City literally poisoned him, and that's why he's been so bad.
Maybe his lungs just got clear last
night. He drank the water, brushed his teeth with the water.
Ooh, bad choice.
I mean, quit doing it. It's like, where are we going next? Let's just start playing in Canada again. Or, I mean...
Canada.
Let's start playing in Canada. You know, let's...
No.
You know... It's just...
I don't like the overseas. Let's just play at home. And if it was my home game and I got to go to London, I'd be pissed off.
I would be pissed. I'd be livid. Because you know what they do? Because there can't possibly be Cleveland Browns fans in London, and there can't. I mean, I think the only team that they like is Jacksonville.
There's 6 Cleveland Brown fans in Cleveland. Total. I mean, there's nobody in London that likes them. I mean, there's not. So, yeah.
Oh, so what they do is they hand out little towels and they say, "You're going to cheer." Okay, ticket. You're going to cheer for Minnesota. Enjoy the game. Ticket. You're going to cheer for Cleveland. Here, enjoy the game.
Here's your Teddy Bridgewater jersey. No, I mean nobody likes. I mean, dude.
Oh, go play soccer.
Oh, they need to play soccer over there.
Oh, it's horrible. Anyway, that's my rant. It's just awful. Lee says it's an untapped. Oh, here's the financial guy. It's an untapped market. That's right, because nobody wants to tap that. Get it? I mean, they don't. So I'm just saying. Whatever. Let's quit playing over there.
No, I don't want to tap that market.
No.
You know what? It's like the fat girl at the bar. I mean, you trying to tap that market? No.
Holly, your comments count, and so do Karen's.
Karen who?
Karen Gardner.
You know
I almost said Nesbet, Karen.
You know who that is? It's D-Train.
Oh, it is D-Train.
Yeah.
What's up, D-Train? Let me see. I didn't do my bold prediction, so we're just kind of going off on tangents here.
Yeah.
But it's kind of towards the end of the show, so I want to talk about my bold predictions, which I wrote down literally 30 seconds before we started because I was prepared for that. Le'Veon 200. I mean, it's not really that bold, but I think
I can see it.
I think Antonio Brown gets his. It's a tough matchup for him, but I mean, it's Antonio Brown. It doesn't matter. But I think it's going to be really. And Ben on the road, it's like, you know, Antonio Brown's going to be facing Darius Slay, which is going to be a fun matchup to watch. But I think Ben on the road is going to be chicken shit, and he's going to hand it off the entire game.
Oh, they're going to run the ball.
And Le'Veon's going to do his wait a second and then run, and it's going to be awesome.
Dude, how does that work?
I don't know. It works every time.
It's like they pass block instead of run block for him.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's so good. You were talking about Philcock Rivers.
Oh.
350 and 2 touchdowns.
I love it. Both of them to Keenan Allen. I don't want Hunter Henry to get shit.
Dude, God, Hunter Henry coming out. It's like people are, you know.
The best segment that we'd ever done. What segment? Anyway.
Let's see. Let's talk about. Oh yeah, my other bold prediction. Lee, quit throwing me off. Here's another one. Kareem Hunt, 60 yards, no touchdowns.
I actually believe it. I actually believe that. I think there's going to be some serious regression in Kansas City.
No, I mean, I don't think that it's going to be necessarily regression, but I mean, the matchup is tough. You know, it's Denver, so it's like,
oh, Denver's good.
It's like they've been shutting down everybody. Who was it last week? It was Melvin Gordon last week. He got 5.2.
How did they stop the run this year? Last year it was like floodgates with a good secondary. Now they stopped the run.
Yeah,
it's like the same group.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't either.
They stopped the run now, though.
They're playing really well. And then my last one, J.A.R.V.I.S, 70 yards and a T.
I love it. I'm big on it. He was on my starts. I mean, obviously, you're probably going to start J.A.R.V.I.S, but
yeah,
I got him going off. Like, if I was in a non-tight end league and I had some buys, I'd throw him in there in a flex.
Here's something interesting. Kirk Cousins has thrown more yards against the Cowboys than any other team. Like, he half of his yards last year, or not half of them, but like his biggest games last year, I think he threw 400 yards against the Cowboys.
I'm kind of worried about. I think Reed's.
Or like 800 yards.
I think actually
something crazy.
Have a good game against the Cowboys.
Huh?
I think Reed's going to have a good game against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've never been able to cover tight end.
I don't know why. I mean, Byron Jones should just man up on him and like get him.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good.
We need to make a trade for somebody. You know,
for a
good solid safety.
Well,
Like a really
you
good
know what
one.
we got instead of a safety? Des Bryant.
Yeah, but I mean, Des Bryant is Des Bryant.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you were a Des Bryant hater.
I like him this week.
You like him this week. You should like him all the time.
Yeah, I
'cause
like
he's
Earl
really
Thomas a
your
lot more.
receiver.
I like Earl Thomas.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a defensive guy. That's me. I'm sorry.
whatever.
I hope he goes for 250 and 5 TDs this week.
I think he's gonna have a big week. Big week. Everybody's gonna have a big week for Dallas. Dak's gonna put up a 40 burger. So that's all I got, man.
Good work.
Week 8 in the books. Good luck. Hit us up. We're gonna be up early Sunday morning and talking about everything.
Is that Halloween? It's Halloween, isn't it? Sunday Halloween?
No, Tuesday is Halloween.
Is that right?
Dude, I'm going as I'm actually dressing up this year, and it's awesome.
What are you going to go as?
I'm going as Star-Lord, and Keller is going as Rocket.
Dude, I saw the Rocket. It's got like the little fur arms.
Yeah.
It's legit. Hayes is going as Captain America.
Nice.
We got a shield and everything.
You're not going to dress up? I mean, live a little.
Yeah, I'm going to go as the Joker.
Nice. So you are dressing up.
No. Lee Trammell, I was at a deal earlier today, and he was dressed up like the Joker.
Lee was?
Yeah. But the only thing that saved him is his newborn baby was dressed up as Robin.
Nice.
And his wife was Batman.
Nice.
So it was like,
you know,
okay,
you gotta
it's
do
a
the
family deal. It's a family deal.
I'm trying to, what is the chick's name in Guardians? Gordo or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, so I've got Holly a costume and a wig.
Do they do green spray cans?
She's not gonna do the green. She's like, I'll do some green eyeshadow. She's like, I'm not gonna dress up like Shrek. I'm like, it's ridiculous.
I'm probably gonna wear like a Avengers T-shirt or something while he goes around. I mean, I'm just,
I know.
I'm damn near 40 years old. I mean, I don't need to dress
he's pretty boring.
up. Yeah, I get it.